Alright guys, so here we have the home screen of Glogster. This is very familiar to what you saw this afternoon in your session. But Glogster, just to reiterate, is a very cool presentation app that allows students and teachers to create presentations without the mundane, monotonous kind of presentation of a PowerPoint. So with Glogster, they can be creative, they can collaborate, and they can use critical thinking skills in order to research on their own and then come forward with their own unique online poster in a sense. So once you or the student is at your home screen, what you will do is you will click Create a New Glog, where you are then given a wide variety of templates to choose from, such as social studies, science, math, arts, music, language arts, and whatnot. So once you click on the background or template of your choice, say you're going to ask students to make a historical timeline. So you would click on Use Template, and this would appear before you. Now, you'll notice that the almost slides, in a sense, are already here for students to include their text. There's room for them to include the date, there's room for them to have replace image, replace video, and things of that nature. So if I were going to have my students create, let's say, a literary timeline following history, you would come over here and you would, let's move this guy out of the way. So you would double click here where you would want your text to go, and let's say we're going to start with the first literary era, which is Native American myths. Okay, then you're going to move into your next literary era, which is Puritanism. Then you'll come over here. Maybe you would like to analyze the Revolutionary period, and so on and so forth. And once students are here, they can include the dates, such as 15, 14, 1500, 1600, 1700s, 1800, and things of that nature. Scrolling down here, this is where students have the option to explore more of the visual elements of perhaps the literary historical timeline. So if they would like to replace an image, let's go ahead, you would double click here and you would go to move this little guy over here, and you can add any, if you hover over you can see what they are. So if you would like to add an attachment, you can just simply copy and paste the attachment. If you would like to download your own, that is what these buttons are for. But if not, let's go to image. You can always download one on your computer beforehand. You can see we were doing all sorts of kind of historical photos I used in other presentations, but let's just kind of put Cotton Mather here when we're doing Puritanism. All right, so you would select those are all previously downloaded images of mine. And maybe you want to, well, first shrink him so he's not quite so big. And then you would like to, let's say you don't want this video here, we want to just put it over here for now. So then you can have Cotton Mather's photo going alongside your Puritanism, or if you wanted to include it down here. With the video, you can do the same thing as the images where you're copying and pasting a URL. So in order to do a video, you could click on this button right here, which allows you to go through anything you have on your computer. Or if you hit this cloud button with the downward arrow, what that does is you can copy a link from YouTube, essentially, and place it in there. So then what you could do is you could go to YouTube Puritans, all right? And for the sake of time, say that you wanted to upload this video to your Glog. You would just simply take that, copy it, you would paste it here, add to your files so it is saved, go down here, repeat the process. Video you'll see is starred. That's the one I just saved. Click Use It. And we're going to make this guy a little small, and maybe you want to include him right here. Alright, so now you have a YouTube video that's linked to your Glogster that you can click without having to kind of go and open up another window while you're trying to deliver, and it makes it much easier when it's all here. After you finish, and anything you don't want to use, feel free to just click on it and click that little garbage can and it goes away. Also, if you would like to maybe perhaps copy this, you can simply copy it and paste it using your keys, and you have that. So like I said, it just allows students to have a more creative way of delivering the information they find. It's very important that teachers are not just giving the information to the students, and instead they're discovering it on their own. It enables their critical thinking skills and allows them to collaborate as an entire class. So once you finish your Glogster, or once students finish, they will simply hit save. They can name it whatever they want, and you can either hit public, is it finished completely, or is it unfinished as you would like to come back to it. Then let's just go ahead and say that we finished that product. It's for your 11th grade class. Hit save. And now once you go back to the dashboard, you will see it underneath the others I've created. It's right here. So I hope that helps you kind of understand a better way of how to use Glogster, what the buttons mean, and the common buttons that you may need to use while creating your presentation. Thanks, guys.